So to kickstart 2018, basically I won't necessarily say that I've always been an arranged person, because that's a lie, but this year I thought that, you know, just to be a bit more organized and, you know, just in case my phone breaks, I should have a diary. Yes, actually I got this as a present from my friend, so I actually really appreciate you, thank you so much. So this is a 2018 diary, and yeah, I've already started making, I don't know if you guys can see, but just sort of like jotting down depending on the day, if you've got like appointments, meetings. Another special book that I actually bought last year, this is a Fruitful Life Planner, the Fruitful Life Planner by shopcocoon.co.uk. This book actually was recommended by Nissy T, so I thought, oh, you know what, let me check it out. So obviously purchased the book, and when I mean this book is amazing, it's not even a book, sorry, it's almost like a diary, but obviously I need to buy an updated version. But with this book, honestly, it's almost like a diary, almost like the old-fashioned diary. So it's got, you know, Friday 19th of May, and obviously the times. Then it has its daily gratitude, as well as to-do list on the weekend. And you know what makes this planner so special is that it has quotes on every single page, guys. Like every single page it has got a quote. So big up to Mary Fum, I really hope I'm saying your name right, Mary Fumbi Yusuf. This is such a great idea, I really love it, guys. I would really recommend. I'm definitely going to leave the details in the link below and in the comment box, so you guys can obviously find it. So let's say, for example, today is you know, the 28th. Those who stand for nothing fall for anything. Then we've got go as far as you can see, when you get there repeat. Come on, like seriously, this is amazing. Time waits for no one, make the most of the day, guys. I've definitely tried to implement that, especially with like terrible sleeping patterns. It really makes sense to just wake up early and get on with your day, because I've actually noticed you go to sleep, let's say for example you go to sleep at like I don't know, about 3 or 4, which is very normal for me. I wake up at like 12 and the day's gone, like literally zero motivation to continue the day, and I'm just thinking, okay, maybe I'll just do that tomorrow. Procrastination 2018, guys, it needs to get left. No procrastination, get your life in order. I really am trying, and it has been hard, but I've been actually sticking to it. So yeah, so honestly I really recommend this book, guys. And so for 2018 I thought, you know, there were a few things that I had to change, and I'm really actually happy with my decisions. So one of them is basically reconnecting with God. As a person, I was brought up in a Christian household from when I was young, and you know, church every Sunday was a normal thing. Wake up, get ready, go to church every Sunday. So my grandparents are Catholic, well, my grandmother's Catholic and my granddad is Anglican, so you know, I'll sort of like alternate, because at the end of the day we're still basically praising the same Lord. So we would alternate, and then I came to this country in 2008, and not that it went downhill, but the thing is, where we lived there weren't really churches around, so it was a bit difficult, and then it just kind of all went downhill. Started university, obviously fast forwarding to that, started university, and then you know, so much was going on, and you know, growing up as a young lady, you know, of course you're going to encounter so many things. So I sort of had like a disconnect with God. Some things happened that I just didn't understand why they would happen, so I kind of just lost my faith. So I just thought, you know, don't get me wrong, as much as I was praying, I wasn't consistent with it. So I just thought, you know what, 2018, let me just try find my path again, try find my faith. And I actually really enjoy going to this church. It's called Hillsong, and I go with my friends Tamara, Rona. We go to church every Sunday, and you know, we went for the New Year's mass service, and that was really nice. I really liked it. It's a very multicultural church, and people are really lovely. I love their songs. Like, it's just super exciting. And so basically we were being taught about Elijah, and now Elijah is just basically like us human beings. And we spoke about the revival movement, and you know, God picks places and miracles to happen. So for instance, and you know, when I went home and really thought about this, there's so many things that I began to realize, and I probably overlooked it and overshadowed it. So you know, there were opportunities that came that I just never understood how they came to me. And just because, you know, God actually places you in a certain place at a certain time, if it's not to meet someone, for something to happen to you. And you know, I always hear people saying, oh yeah, you're so lucky, you're so lucky. I don't personally believe in luck. I really believe that, you know, with the law of attraction, you can sort of attract positive things, but as well as that, you know, you're placed in certain situations that you're either going to overcome them, or you're just sort of in a place where you know how to handle the situation. So with all this positive stuff, for instance, you know, I've heard so many like testimonies on Twitter with people saying that, you know, I was just literally like on the train having a conversation with, you know, whoever, well, a stranger at the time, and turned out to be actually the employer, you know. So you always have to be humble with stuff when people approach you. I know sometimes it's a bit like, oh, why is this person talking to me? Or, you know, I'm not going to sit here and act like we don't have that first initial reaction. But when usually you find someone that's trying to sort of like get something out of you, actually trying to engage in that conversation, I really recommend that you do that. And even I can vouch for that. You know, I've been in situations where I randomly met people or I've attended certain places, and now they're either really my good friends, or you know, people that we can sort of like bounce off each other for ideas, and it's all beneficial. Also, our faith, oh my goodness, this is it. This is what really touched me. So faith will always be tested. So if it's not the first, second or third time, so you know, for instance, stuff has happened where I'll be so enthusiastic about something and then it won't happen. Second time round, I'll be enthusiastic but not as much, but I'm thinking, okay, cool, the second time it should be fine. Third time comes and I'm just thinking, you know what, forget this, like I'm literally just done. And what the Pastor Christine actually from Hillsong was basically trying to illustrate that, you know, we always tend to give up, especially when, you know, you're so driven and you pray and you're asking God to handle your problems, or asking him to, you know, grant you this favor, give you that job promotion, you know, anything that you've been praying for years or months or weeks. When it doesn't happen, you've tried the first time, doesn't work, try the second time, doesn't work, try the third time, and you're just thinking, is he actually listening to me? Like, never doubt him. You really shouldn't doubt his ways. You know, there's something coming for you, and this is to trust in the process. Honestly, trust in the process. Try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. So okay guys, so I just jotted down a few things that I think are very important, especially if you're trying to start a new journey or change your ways as a person. There's so many things that you can, you know, you see other people doing and you're just thinking, oh, okay, why can't I get those opportunities and stuff? Honestly, you know, no one's got time for bitterness. You need to get up, get on with it, and just trust in the process. That's what we're gonna call it from now, guys. Trust in the process. I just explained that, you know, attending networking events is very vital because you don't know who exactly you're gonna bump into. This could be your next business partner, this could be your next husband or wife, you don't know. So I really suggest that you go to these network events. All of them might not necessarily be free. They are free network events, but most of them on an average of about what, 5 to 10, 15 pounds, depending on who the speakers are. But it can be a bit pricey. But guys, just think about your future and your self-development. In 2018, the minute you see something come up on your Insta feed, your Facebook feed and stuff, if it entices you, look through it, find out who's going to be there, find out who's going to be the guest speakers. Sometimes for people, it's not necessarily that they don't want to go, it's that they don't know it is happening. So because I'm just a kind-hearted person and I'm not selfish, basically I made the thread, and it's actually got really good reception, and I'm really happy. You know, a few people have signed up. And another thing, if no one wants to come up, you know, come with you to the network event, go by yourself. Go by yourself. There's so many times that I attended network events and my friends didn't come with me. And sometimes it's good to be, not that I'm saying that you need to be selfish every time, but sometimes the opportunity is really just yours, so go and grab it. You know, getting involved in something is really credible, especially on your CV. So I'm part of 3 organizations. I can put that on my CV. Some people go off to then become the founder of a company, or, you know, co-founder, or, you know, even if it's just being like the admin assistant, or I don't know, promo team or whatever, you're part of something, and this will grow you as a person. You meet more people, you meet different personalities, you know, you get to learn different things about different people, and stuff that maybe you wouldn't have known, you learn in the process, because people coming from different backgrounds, teaching each other, bringing in their knowledge, you also take something away from it as much as they've taken something away from you. So I highly recommend that you always, when you see ads on Twitter, especially, you know, it's always Twitter, every other app can just chill, but Twitter, you always see people saying, oh, looking for like a social media manager, social media assistant, or, you know, people in tech, or, you know, graphic designers and stuff. Never be afraid to approach people and have that conversation. Slide in those DMs. Like, you don't always necessarily need to be sliding in the DMs to get someone's number, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so definitely take that into consideration, guys. And I just hope that those tips really benefited someone at least. You know, 2018 is just really about the journey, meeting new people, elevating, empowering yourself. If you want to launch something, do it. You know, don't ever be afraid of actually picking up your feet and thinking, right, this is it. You know, those days of procrastination are done. I understand procrastination is like the best thing ever. If I could just lie in my bed every single day, honestly I would. But we're not getting any younger, unfortunately. Some of us, we graduated, and it's almost like, what's the next step? You know, especially in like African households, it's always like, oh, well, I never really got that pressure, but I have these conversations with my friends, and they're always telling me that, you know, it was like, you finish college, enroll straight to university, graduated, now what's next? Where's the job? Why are you not getting a job? And you know, the market is really stiff. Trying to differentiate yourself from the next person, honestly, it does take a lot. And even if it means that you need to take extra courses, do that. If you need to, you know, network events as well, that could be your job right there. You don't know that. So anything to enhance yourself, take it on. You know, you never need to consult people as to your growth. You do it for yourself, because really and truly, who are born alone, we're gonna die alone. So unfortunately, for some of these things, we have to do it for ourselves. 18 diary, planner, right? I'm gonna leave the link below for this fruitful planner, right? In the bio description box, or whatever they call it. And I really hope that you guys found this video super exciting, yawn, and beneficial. And in terms of the thread as well, literally everything, I'm just gonna throw it in there. But yeah, happy new year, guys, and I hope to see you in my next video.